As the largest religion in the world, Christianity has followers on every continent, including South America. By the beginning of the 9th century, the religion had begun to spread throughout the globe as the age of exploration began. As football today is a major force in countries like Brazil and Argentina, so Christianity, particularly the Catholic denomination, to this day has a strong power base there.
Bueno, toda América Latina, no del Caribe, la parte latina fue originalmente conquistada y evangelizada por España y Portugal, dos países católicos. Y por tanto era obvio que dejaran una fe muchas veces impuesta por la violencia, por supuesto, pero digamos en general, en su origen, toda América Latina es un continente, un subcontinente católico romano.
O cristianismo, né, o catolicismo, chega junto com o processo de colonização através de portugueses e jesuítas no Brasil.
In countries so rich in this religion and football, it is not uncommon to hear that even the young players have strong convictions of faith. At Flamengo FC in Rio de Janeiro, in Brazil, the 9th most popular club in the world with approximately 35 million supporters, the players in the youth teams take both their sport and their religion very seriously.
Olha, eu vou te falar a verdade, é bom na vida particular mesmo, mas na vida de jogador é mais fundamental, entendeu? Porque a vida de jogador, assim, é muito fácil as coisas, entendeu? A gente tem tudo mais fácil, mulher, noite, tem tudo, entendeu? Então a gente tem que estar com Jesus no coração mesmo para poder, ficar certinho, entendeu? Apesar das minhas falhas, mas me consideram também e é o que eu falei, tem que ter, para ser jogador de futebol hoje em dia tem que ter Jesus no coração mesmo, que é fundamental.
Eu acho que a religião é muito importante, né? Ainda mais para quem costuma ir à igreja, essas coisas, porque para você jogar bola, você tem que estar bem mentalmente, tem que estar bem de todos os tipos. E a igreja ajuda muito nisso, e busca muito isso, a felicidade, as coisas plenas da vida, e ajuda muito.
The youth team coach for the Scarlet Blacks is a former Brazilian national team player, Marcelo. He believes it is important to allow the youngsters space to practice their religion.
Então, no momento de intimidade, antes dos jogos, ou o momento ao qual eles têm as reuniões dele, a gente deixa bem à vontade, né? Eu acho que a gente tem que saber conviver com todas as diferenças. A gente tem aqui os evangélicos, tem os católicos, tem os espíritas, então todos buscando ao seu Deus, né? E a gente tem que ter muito cuidado para lidar com isso, para não estar ferindo um, para não estar marginalizando o outro, né? Independente da minha religião ou da religião do clube.
In every footballer's life there's space for religion, because in human life there's space for religion, and I think it's a very important part of who we are as human beings, that we understand that we're transcendent, that there is some deeper value to life than just sort of floating along the surface.
In neighboring Argentina, the belief that all the Christian denominations are equal is echoed by Father Eduardo de la Serna, a Catholic priest from Buenos Aires.
Cristiano es un seguidor de Jesús como Cristo. Y esto es católico, protestante, luterano, anglicano, etc., ¿no? Creo que es tanto más lo que tenemos en común todos los distintos grupos cristianos, que mucho más que lo que nos une que lo que nos distingue o lo que nos divide.
Some of Marcelo's former national teammates, including World Cup winners Zico and Bebeto, have taken it upon themselves, based on their Christian principles, to join an outreach program that uses football to uplift communities around the world. Through Brazil for Christ, these men take their message of goodwill, peace, and unity to many hundreds of people, much the same as Jesus is said to have done.
Basically, our mission is we belong to, we have a team that's called Além Brasil. Translating to English means beyond Brazil. And the main mission and purpose of the team is to try to bring hope and help encourage people around the world through football. And because of their faith, a lot of the players say, I'll go.
All Christians believe that they are able to communicate with their Savior through prayer, and that the practice of prayer is a way to see the works of the divine in their lives. Football players who follow this faith are no different. For them, it is encouraging to believe that God is watching over them as they step out onto the field to compete, to know that He will run with them and help them to play a better game. These little prayers before the game are vitally important to the mental state of the players and can be the difference between a good performance and a bad one.
My rituals before the game is I always make sure my shirt with God is great is next to me, and take my boots, sit down and pray. I just ask the Almighty, let my passes be accurate and let my feet be quicker.
Because before the match, maybe the night, or I pray for Jesus about like this. I don't want nobody injured. I want nobody injured, and then just try to do my best. Also, I want to accept any result.
I make the sign of the cross before I go on the field, and I think that's, for me, important because it allows me to, initially before the game even starts, realize what I'm playing for and what the ultimate goal is.
In the modern game of football, though, teams are made up of players from different religions and beliefs. Players have to learn to interact amiably with people of other faiths, and clubs have to make room for every player's religious practices.
Yeah, like my experience for this is that we all have our own beliefs, and some of the players don't believe in praying. Like, for example, at Everton, when I pray and when I wear that shirt, some of my teammates say to me, I hope God will be great today. And I said to him, He's always great. He's always there, like Phil Neville. He doesn't believe. So, and I respect it, and I'm trying to win them over.
I think if you're open, it's really a fantastic journey in life to play with so many top-level professionals that are different races, and they come from different backgrounds and all sorts of different countries, and their cultural and spiritual and religious and political beliefs are all different, you know, and we somehow find a way to become friends and get on together and pull for one another and care for one another, and it's pretty awesome if you open yourself up to those experiences.
Some players are lucky enough to have a fellow Christian friend in their team and benefit both spiritually and professionally from these relationships. South African midfielder Steven Pienaar and American goalkeeper Tim Howard have played together for Everton FC in England and became very good friends during their time together at the club.
Yeah, Tim is what I think his faith, his belief is massive, and he's you know, besides that, he's also a nice guy to talk to. You can always have a laugh.
It's good when you see other guys express their faith in different ways, you know, and it's good to see that you know, different players have that faith. Yeah.
Believing that Jesus will help you on the football field is one thing, but coaches and players alike are very clear on the idea that despite these prayers, it is the player who has to perform when the time comes. God won't win the game for you.
Because I think, wenn ich das tue, dann muss ich ja gleichzeitig gegen die Mannschaft von Borussia Dortmund sein. Und ich denke, Gott ist ein Gott aller Menschen. Und die biblische Verheißung heißt, im Schweiße deines Angesichtes sollst du dein Brot verdienen. Und die Spieler sollen schwitzen, kämpfen, dann wird ihnen auch die Krone des Sieges sicherlich nicht streitig gemacht.
E além do mais, como técnico, eu acho que o mais importante é a gente procurar colocar que Deus ele vai ajudar sempre, mas Deus está olhando por todos, né? Deus não vai tirar de você para dar para outro. Ele pode te dar discernimento e inteligência para você ser uma grande pessoa, um grande atleta. Mas quem vai fazer as coisas acontecer é você, não é Deus.
It is clear that Christianity plays a major role in the lives of these players. But what happens when the religion takes on even greater importance for the player than their career?
Pero se montaron diferentes situaciones en mi vida particular en ese momento en el cual yo también tenía en mi cabeza otras cosas con el tema religioso.